We are closing in on the end of our narrative reflections portion of the class, and this is the last one that you'll have. This is the most challenging as it asks you to examine your values and connect your values with your lived experiences. Your main prompt is to narrate, describe, and reflect on an intense experience when you questioned, clarified, and solidified one of your core values. As you do this, please bring to the table all the skills for cultivating specificity that we have practiced this semester. Your main goal is to connect your lived experience to your core values and to reflect on those values. As usual, you will need to aim for about 2 pages, double-spaced in 12-point font, that you will title effectively and convert to a PDF before Sunday at midnight. Let's talk a little more about what I mean when I say the word values. A lot of times people think of values as in values voters and politics, which is code for a voter who only really cares about a candidate's position on abortion, for instance. However, as with many other terms we've worked with this semester, I prefer a broader approach to the term values. Brené Brown defines values as a value is a way of being or believing that we hold most important. Living into our values means that we do more than profess our values. We practice them. We walk our talk. We are clear about what we believe and hold important, and we take care that our intentions, words, thoughts, and behaviors align with those beliefs. What I love about Brown's definition is her assertion that a value isn't just a passive belief or a moral, but it is an active way of living. Values imply a certain set of behaviors and experiences. So to reiterate, in this paper you will write about an intense experience that made you question, clarify, and or solidify a value that you hold dear. So I really like the way that the movie Inside Out illustrates how values interact with personality and experience. In Inside Out, Riley's core values are family, friendship, hockey, honesty, and goofball. Each of these values is closely connected to experiences from her life. In that movie, certain experiences threaten her core values, leading her to first question and then to eventually solidify her values. That movie is a pretty good example to look at if you need some ideas. Plus, you can watch a movie and claim you're working on school stuff. Incidentally, the essay that we're reading this week by George Orwell, titled Shooting an Elephant, is also a good example to look at. If you look at our pacing schedule for this week, you will find a core values handout. I recommend that you take a look at that list ASAP and identify your core values and start thinking of experiences that you associate with that value. And don't forget, there are plenty of my examples as well as student examples that you can find on Moodle. Let's just take a really brief excerpt from my piece called Love the Sinner. "Your priest wears a dress," a man bellows as we cross his path on the sidewalk. He leans down into my sister's face, adding, "Like a woman," with a malicious twist to his voice. He grins in a sneer. I can almost imagine a forked tongue lashing out of his warped mouth for a split second. Gina, in her pink and white flouncy dress, cowers behind my dad. Her peaches and cream skin and blonde hair appear so innocent, standing in contrast to the ruddy, bloodshot face of Fred Phelps. He seems to know it and to revel in it. He stands up with the assurance of a peacock. We keep moving, trying to put him behind us, but as a parting shot, he shouts, "Fag church," pointing at me and my family. We walk on, heads held high, but I keep a cloud over my eyes as we make our way through the remaining gauntlet of noise and fury. The lyrics of Onward Christian Soldiers fade as we walk. We are not divided, all one body we, one in faith and spirit, one eternity, they sing, without any apparent irony. That was the day I decided I was not a love the sinner, hate the sin Christian. That was not the vision of Jesus Christ that I had come to know in the Bible study. Seeing it up close and personal like that exposed its ugliness and falseness. I wanted nothing to do with it. One thing to say before I move forward is you are totally welcome in any of your papers to write about your religious experiences, as long as the focus is on your experiences and not about trying to universalize it for anyone else, which is what I've tried to do here. Okay, guys, well, it's time for me to let you get to work. So happy writing.